Good morning, our wonderful people. Welcome to the program. I need to talk a little bit louder. Today is July the 6th of 2024, and we are extremely happy to have you here. As usual, you are part of the show. You are a stakeholder. You are part of this movement. Remember, Nina's is a movement, it's not an organization. So please continue to help us to share, get other people informed. Our brother sent out a video this week. If our people get this information, Kenya is a chewing gum. Kenya is nothing. That we have been trapped by these colonial monsters with their plans for all these years for us, and people are there telling us stories. Keep praying. Ebuka will trap everybody at the church. The other people will trap the other people over there in the Mediterranean Sea or on the other side, and there is a template on the table for your freedom. There is a template on the table for your freedom. So you running around the bush for 40 years and 40 nights, it's all on your head. It has nothing to do with God. The last time I checked, God is busy eating okwanaki and looking the other way. Because when you're chewing okwanaki, which is my favorite snack, it sends this vibration in your head, in your brain. You don't hear any noise. When they hear now no okwanaki the whole time. So don't wait for him. He ain't coming. So wasting your time at the church. I saw people on the Ibuka's church crying, Jesus is not coming. You will not manipulate him. You will not blackmail him. He will not allow you to do so. All you're doing is self-sabotaging. No amount of fasting and prayer will stop God from doing what he wants to do. He's waiting for you to play your own role. So welcome to the program. My name is Mona Chimisaka. And I will allow my sister to introduce herself.
Thank you so much, my sister Monachi. Thank you, our viewers. My name is Epi. I live in Lexington. Thank you for what you have been doing. We see the campaign running. We see everybody, the part you're playing, your role, sharing, liking, subscribing, commenting, because when you comment, it shows others that you are understanding the campaign, and it will help them to also follow what is going on, the conversation that is going on, and work is going on, guys. And if you're stumbling on this video for the first time, please wait. Don't just watch 1 second and disappear. This is fully packed. So please watch till the end and go and watch other videos that we have, because you will never be the same. Yes, your life will never be the same. And you need to be informed, because information is power. Thank you.
Thank you. I am trying to pull up our first video of the day.
Yes, our first video. I think is he's which one is it? The one that they're bombing themselves, or I don't even know.
The one the colonial terrorists are dropping bombs for.
Exactly.
And they are videotaping caught red-handed.
Cookie hand in the cookie jar.
We've already known this information, but it's good to capture it in a video format, so that people can see no a joke. Because for years, people will say things that they didn't know and fight for it a minute. We love evidence. We are all about evidence. So here is the evidence of God. This is how God works, So for you to be thinking you can blackmail God and sabotage God, he's not listening to you. He's telling you, giving you all the evidence that you need for you to make the right decisions. If you refuse, it is what it is.
It is what it is. Caught in the act. Right in the act. Does it have a volume? Okay, I think I can hear it.
It's faint. My volume is maxed out.
So people,
this video has gone around and
yes, I'm saying it. So we're just, as you share, like, and subscribe, we just don't want to keep quiet when we're doing that. So that's why we're playing this. You can see them offloading their equipment. And then when they finish, they turn around and say, "Oh, what happened though? We don't know what happened. How did it happen? How come everywhere in Africa they are bombing, fighting, killing? We don't know." They will cause two sides to fight and have crisis, then supply both groups what they will use to buy themselves. And then they turn around and say, "We don't know what to happen though." And then they appear and can't tell you.
Turn around or bring their sisters to be the UN.
Exactly.
You were
That's
the
what I was
savior
coming.
from UN to come and save the African hungry
Yes.
children.
They will.
Child.
Africans are killing themselves. Africans are buying themselves. So let's go and give them food. Let's give them rice and beans. With beans. Let's. They will. Hey, they will go and bandage their hands, bandage their head. The red cross, white cross, yellow cross. We have come. Yes. So what, my people? Natano Boro. Natano Boro. Stop fighting your brothers and sisters. Africans, black men and women, stop fighting your brothers and sisters. Rather, sit down and have conversation so that you understand who the enemy is, what he's doing, how he's doing it, and then you will intelligently stop him. That's all we're asking. Thank you.
So it's a no-brainer. So you see it. You see, this is how they do it, people. This is how they do it. It's been ongoing. And we want to thank the God that caused whoever that did this to take a picture because maybe they're tired of fighting too. They're tired of being used to destroy their own people. So whoever that sent this video, we applaud you, but we still want you to receive sense. These people are not for you. They are not for you. If they are, they wouldn't be dropping off weapons. These are the enemies of the people. So that as long as we are fighting, they will keep stealing our resources, using it to buy a helicopter and bring you more weapons. This is what they are all about. They are not about humanity. They call us savages, whereas they are the wicked, most knowingly evidence-based savages we've ever seen in our whole lives. Here they are, doing what they do best. In a daytime now, they're not even dropping it at night. They are so bold, they are coming during the day to drop. They are coming during the day to drop it. What a mess. What a mess. I will pull up our next video for the day. Please continue to share, continue to like, continue to subscribe, get other people informed so that we can go home. It's a no-brainer. Get other people informed so that this whole thing can end. We heard that Burkina Faso and Mali and the rest of them are having a meeting to come up with their own money. So they are not even wasting time. They are not even wasting time with people that are confused about what they want to do and what they don't want to do. As we are speaking, people are still being destroyed unalive in Nigeria. They will come with children on their back and they will go where there is a celebration to go and destroy their people. Once again, who is benefiting? The same colonial bandits, the same people. Make sure this is following.
Now let's turn our attention to Africa, to Nigeria in the west, where a series of terror attacks took place over the weekend. 4 suicide bombings took place on Saturday. They occurred in Nigeria's northeastern Borno state. The bombs killed at least 18 people. Many more are injured, and the whole region is now on alert. No one has claimed responsibility for the attacks yet, but the signs point to the most infamous terror group in the region, Boko Haram. Saturday's suicide bombers were all women, and this is a tactic that Boko Haram has used in the past. Here's our report.
On Saturday, a wedding was taking place in Gwoza town. The town is located in northeastern Nigeria, in the Borno state. But in the middle of the festivities, a stranger walked in. A woman reportedly carrying a baby on her back. She entered the wedding venue and then set off an improvised explosive device that she had on her. At least 6 people were killed in the resultant blast, and some others were injured.
We were eating and having a conversation while some other guests were praying for the couples, and then I heard a bomb, not knowing I was also a victim. I saw some of my friends on the ground. I tried my best to escape from the scene, and suddenly, I find myself in the hospital.
That was the beginning of the rampage in Gwoza. A second blast took place near a hospital in town. The bomber was reportedly a teenage girl. A third blast took place at a security checkpoint. The bomber panicked while being questioned, so she blew herself up, along with the security personnel. The fourth blast took place at a funeral for victims of the first bombing.
I personally lost 3 of my, friends instantly there at that first blast. Thereon, afterwards, some people now started for the funeral of one of the 3 that I lost. At the funeral ground, another one also blasted.
There were 4 suicide bombings in Gwoza on Saturday, leaving at least 18 people dead and dozens injured. 4 separate attacks took place, and it seems that more had been planned. 2 more suspected suicide bombers were arrested, and reports say that not less than 30 had descended upon the town. 30 suicide bombers, all of them women. It has put Gwoza on edge and raised a number of questions. The first is, who is behind these attacks?
My new book, Keyboard Rich, How
Keep your new book. There's fire on the mountain. Thank you. Continue to share, please.
Responsibility. But it has all the hallmarks of Boko Haram. The terror group originated in the Borno state. They had taken over parts of it, including Gwoza, back in 2014. The group has been pushed back, but not eradicated. Boko Haram used its first female suicide bomber in June 2014, and soon it became a regular occurrence. Reports say that about half of Boko Haram's suicide bombers are women, and that no other group in history has used more women for suicide bombings. So all the signs point to Boko Haram. Now the second question is, what is Nigeria's government doing about this?
Yeah, right.
President Bola Tinubu says that the attackers will pay a heavy price. He also called the suicide bombings a desperate act and said that it proves that the terrorists are under pressure, which is a convenient excuse for the security failure. Tinubu says that he would not allow Nigeria to slither into an era of fear, tears, sorrow, and blood. But for the people of Gwoza, that era has already begun.
Yep. For the people of Gwoza, they are Gwozayan. And somebody is there telling them that I'm not going to allow you to die, but you will die again next week.
Akụkọ na-egwu Mike Ejiagha. Akụkọ mbe na agụ. Please continue to like, subscribe, so that once we drop the hand drop or I drop white wine na YouTube or buy everywhere. No, there's one before this one, please. There's one that's because we are linking up all this. We're talking about the political game so that our people can follow what is going on. Remember, on this show, we connect dots for you. The things you're seeing and are not making sense to you, we go and get the back information, bring it for you, connect it so that when you look at it, it will make sense to you. It will no longer be the more you look, the less you see. It will actually be the more you look, the more you see. And then you'll be able to educate yourself and your people even more. This is a prophecy that came a long time. I saw it. Even when I saw it, I said I was still in IPOB. I said, what is this woman talking? I beg. Now it's making more sense because everything is playing out before us. So pay attention, please. Be patient with us. We are building our case. Be patient, please. Thank you.
The leader of Biafra. Everything was playing on his belly for me. I was seeing everything. This is what I saw in this vision the Lord showed me. Immediately I saw on his chest like a video showing me all the secret of how he started this move, Biafra. In the beginning, he was not the leader of Biafra from the beginning. I saw he was a calm gentleman but had desire of being great. He has a mind. There are some people that have mind to do anything. So after that, I saw 4 influential, rich, old Nigerian men and 3 white men in dialogue in a meeting who they will use to establish their plan. One of them, I was able to recognize his face. The other one was looking like a Fulani man. All of them, these 4 men, Nigerian leaders, old men, were putting on agbada. The other one that I was able to recognize, he has been an old president in Nigeria, is now Amson. Amen. And then, after I recognize him, the others, if I see their pictures, I'll be able to recognize them, but I don't know them. But the other one, his face was looked like a Fulani man. Some of them, and then I saw 3 white men with them together. Some of them have been in power and do not know how to regain power and control over the people again. In their cult, they pick up Nnamdi Kanu and call him for a meeting. In these 4 Nigerian influential people, rich people, old men, I saw with them again 3 white men sitting in a meeting that they want to start something that they will be in control, but they don't know who is the person. They cannot do it because Nigerians have known them. So they need somebody that have mind that they can sponsor. So in their spirit realm, they're able to locate Nnamdi Kanu. Immediately, I saw one of them call him on phone, this gentleman. When they call him, immediately again, I saw them in a meeting with him, Kanu. And then this man that I recognize, this old leader of Nigeria, former leader of Nigeria, asked him a question. Do you want to be a leader? Do you want your own people to follow you and to lead, and you want to lead people? And then this young man replied them, that is Kanu. He said, I do not have the money to advocate a country of my own. These people, these 4 black and 3 white, told him they will sponsor him, but he should not mention their names. All the money and influence he need, they will give it to him. But before contract is signed, he should join them into their evil cult. I saw, and he agreed, and I saw these people carry him and told him he should enter into the sea and make love with one fat, ugly woman inside the sea. Before I saw him, it's like he was fearing. And then they pushed him inside and told him, you are going to do it so that you can have mind and boldness. Enter and make love with her. Don't be afraid. You will like it as you continue. They all started laughing. When he started making love with her, in the beginning, he was afraid. Later, as the thing continued, fear vanished from his heart. After the word of the woman, after making love, he became the leader of Biafra. Everything was playing on his belly for me. I was seeing everything. This is what I saw in this vision the Lord showed me. Immediately I saw on his chest like a video showing me all the secrets of how he started this move, Biafra. In the beginning, he was not the leader of Biafra from the beginning. I saw he was a calm gentleman but had desire of being great. He has a mind. There are some people that have mind to do anything. So after that, I saw 4 influential, rich, old Nigerian men and 3 white men in dialogue in a meeting who they will use to establish their plan. One of them, I was able to recognize his face. The other one was looking like a Fulani man. All of them, these 4 men, Nigerian leaders, old men, were putting on agbada.
I think she's
the other one that I was able to recognize, he has been an old president in Nigeria, is not Armstrong. Anything you say, people will follow you. After this, they carry him to a cult dark room. I saw they shed or kill a new person. He, the Kanu, was the one that did the killing, all for him to have mind, not to have pity for anybody. After doing it, they say he should drink it so that his heart will be bold, will not have no pity till he gets what he wants. Now, after he finished, I saw them telling him, now your mouth is filled with power. People will believe you, and even they can die for you. Go and deceive, lie to them, raise up their hope, tell them their dreams that they are looking from a leader. And then these Nigerian leaders, these old influential rich men, say to him, we will tell you secret things of the country, and you will reveal and expose it. You will tell them it's the Lord that is giving to you. They will believe, because these are secret things that have been hidden. But we will tell you, you will reveal it, and the people will love you, because this is what they want for long. Don't fear prison or any fight that will come up. We will bring you out anywhere you are. The money you need for anything, we will give you. And later, after they finish this, they told him, from now on, you will be on salary. They will be paying him because he's a mission person working for them. Even if we speak evil against you, they were telling Kanu, even if we speak evil against you openly, don't surprise. We are one in the dark world. Your plan is to suppress this government, bringing problem. After doing this, don't be afraid. They will not have any option but to call you to dialogue, and we will tell you what you will tell them, what you want. This is what we have been wishing for. So after you have suppressed them, the leaders, they will not have any option because of peace. They will call you for dialogue, and we will tell you what position and what you want. Don't be afraid. It will work, because this is how our president did by using Boko Haram to frustrate President Jonathan, and it got it. We have prepared people all over the world to support you. Don't be afraid. And they say, come and see. They now carry him. And then I saw in his same belly, I saw pastors of different kinds and nations. They told them, from today, you people will go and be prophesying to the people that Nnamdi is sent by God. Tell people to believe in him. So Nnamdi now was shocked to see pastors that he did not believe they were cultic people. I heard him saying it in his chest as the video was showing me. He was surprised to see the pastors. He now said, Jesus don't have power. He was shocked to see leaders, great pastor in cult with him. And then they told him, we will play our part for you, everybody. We will be telling the people prophecy and revelation to support you. All of us are one. And then they told him, you will be the one bringing blood to the court from now to fortify you for more power. He agreed. And then the three white men I saw there told him that they will support him, they will take him to international level. But all they need, if the deal work, they only interested over the oil business. And then he agreed, everybody, if the thing work, he will listen to all of them, their needs. And then they sent.
Wow.
Yeah, some people will say, oh, it did not happen. I can see somebody on the platform already making comments. I've said, we lived the prophecy. This detail you see, we saw it with
It's impeccable. The woman doesn't have any reason to be saying this.
No, she's so precise. Koro in our eyes. Everything that you heard this woman prophesy. And I like it that she's not from Igbo land. So she doesn't even know anything. Many things she's saying, she's just saying they're not knowing what she is even saying. She's just saying what she saw. But we lived through this and we are still living through this prophecy. And there's somebody saying, hey, it's not true. It's our reality. You were not there. So how can you say it is not true? You see how they deceive you? The willing tools. Because their brother or their friend or whatever is in a political position, they are now sharing their own cake. And they say, it's not true. Blow you so that you sleep off. My people. How many times did I call you people? Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. My sister is going to pull up another video. During the show, we will connect all these things for you, and it will make more sense. You understand it, and then even some other things will make more sense to you. So we listen to our brother. We need to break the chains of unity bondage. Transition now. Thank you.
There's no constitution that is near as fake, near as deceitful, near as make-believe in nature and in content as the constitution, as what we call the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended.
The people did not agree that the 1999 constitution is their constitution. We didn't vote for its approval. So it's not cognizable in law as a valid constitution. It has been imposed upon by sheer effort.
The constitution that we have at present is a fraud.
This is the problem. This constitution can never give us progress. This constitution can never give us peace.
A country of vibrant people with fertile land and fertile minds that could compete with the rest of the world. We have been locked down by a 68-item exclusive list in our constitution that takes away electricity, takes away all the infrastructure, takes away every means of production. The contention of Ninas is simple. We have not made any constitution, full stop. We neither met, we didn't agree, nor write any. We just did not do what was alleged to have been done, which was now basis of which became basis of the instrument that has now hijacked our lives. The constitutional force majeure succeeded 100% in its objectives. You must now call a meeting of the sovereign constituent components who will have to decide how to reconfigure their union. And if they can't get it, if for any reason they are not able to find common ground, we must disperse forthwith.
Hey, what do you mean by restructuring? Well, I don't even like the word restructuring. I prefer the expressions like reconfiguration, decentralization. Everybody can grasp that. Decentralization. And those who lead us, they recognize the necessity of it. They recognize the importance, almost the inevitability of it.
For all of those who are now very hungry, for all of those who are being slaughtered in the manner that had not happened before across the Middle Belt, for all of those who are now looking for where to run to in a Nigeria that that has an economy that is on a free fall, currency that is on a free fall, everything that has gone wrong now, flowing from the fact that we went to that election at the time we should have been going to transition. Yep. We haven't seen the worst of what will come from going to election in 2023 under that constitution that guarantees evil. The last part of this task, go to where the information is, you take the videos you see there, begin to share it amongst those who do not know. Information is power. What you have in that YouTube channel is bigger than all the military, is bigger than anything gun can do.
Without reinventing the wheel, therefore, let me state very clearly that the principles I've been talking about include, certainly not limited to, building and compacting a truly people-led and people-driven constitution that they will own and defend against political predators of any form.
The prescription is that no improvement can be, attained under that constitution. Generally, things will only get worse until it all collapses into some, commotion, some very heavy commotion. And therefore, things that will not change, no matter who becomes president, mandated by the constitution, that is like the tap from where the evils flow. For which reason leaders say to everybody, let's leave election alone. The 5-point proposition of leaders is the only viable remedy to the 4 things happening to you right now. That's the action we can take now. That's the remedial action available for us to convert the outcome of 2023 presidential election into a transitioning. This constitution can only bring us more death, more misery. Let us go to transition to get it out of our lives and rework our union in a manner that brings back life, in a manner that brings back production, in a manner that brings back security. There's a country we still call Nigeria, but it's no longer a project.
Nope.
The federation we agreed upon in Lancaster House died in 1966. Nigeria has come to where we have to either dismantle it peacefully so that people don't die, or we go to rework it wholesale. We start with the dismantling of the bad arrangement that is not working. We have all seen it's not working. And so, unfortunately for the authors of this fraud, they put our signature as the authorization for this abomination. And that is what we are pulling back. The young people that want to see a better country, that say they want to take back their country, young people, this is who took your country. Those who are rallying you to take back your country It is by taking down this constitution that you're able to take back your country. Every other thing you are doing is a product of ignorance or dishonesty on the part of the people leading you. It's not the people in government house that took your country. It is the constitution that took your country and handed to them in the manner they are managing it. The constitution mandated the corruption you see.
Nigerians ask, which is the way forward? And I say, if you are moving in the wrong direction, you shouldn't be going forward. You should make a U-turn.
Yep. Transitional now, or transition now for new constitutional arrangement. And we are not joking. We are not kidding. We can no longer continue with this. They make it sound like it's impossible. Let me pull up a quick video here to show you guys Rishi Sunak or Sahiana again, that was being bothered about the economy in UK not doing well. And he came out and called for election. Damned everybody came out and called for election. This election that just took part in UK was supposed to happen next year. But because people wanted change, he came out and announced election. So you guys keep thinking in the church, oh, how you are going to do it? Who is going to say it? But you were able to follow obedient to go and hang yourself for another 4 years. It can be done. Tinubu, the interregnum president, can come out today and say, hey, we are going on transition now.
Simple.
What we are saying is pressure. Demand so. Don't sit in your house and say, who is going to do it? And then God is not coming. Stop playing. He's not coming. He will never come. That's why they came to your land, enslaved your brothers and sisters for 500 years. And instead of thunder to strike them, they are thriving because you did not do what you're supposed to do. Don't make it sound like it's hard. You can do this. These are the people that you're following, your leaders.
In the last 5 years, our country has fought through the most challenging times since the Second World War.
The same for us.
As I stand here as your Prime Minister, I can't help but reflect that my first proper introduction to you was just over 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I stood behind one of the podiums upstairs in the building behind me. I told you that we faced a generation-defining moment and that we as a society would not be judged by some government action, but by the small acts of kindness that we showed one another. You met that challenge and then some, and I have never been prouder to be British. And when I introduced the furlough scheme, I did so not because I saw a country simply in need of desperate help, albeit we were, but because I saw a country whose future hung in the balance.
The same as we.
I could be bold and trust in the tens of millions of you at home that you would rise to the moment. Or I could accept the inevitable, millions of job losses, and pick up the
pieces. We don't even have jobs, talk less of losses.
In truth, it was no choice at all. I have never and will never leave the people of this country to face the darkest of days alone.
The same
and you
for
know
us.
that.
Same here.
As I did then, I will forever do everything in my power to provide you with the strongest possible protection I can.
Mm-hmm.
That is my promise to you. Because for so many of us, it's easy to forget the scale of what we've been through.
No kidding.
We were hit by a pandemic that upended normal life. Who would have thought that the government would ever tell us how many times a day we could leave our homes? Then, just as we were recovering from COVID, war returned to Europe, with Putin's invasion of Ukraine sending your energy bills spiraling. I came to office, above all, to restore economic stability. Economic stability is the bedrock of work together. Anything is possible. Our economy is now growing faster than anyone predicted, outpacing Germany, France, and the United States. I set out are working. I recognize that it has not always been easy. Some of you will only just be starting to feel the benefits, and for some, it might still be hard when you look at your bank balance.
Lamentation.
This hard-earned economic stability was only ever meant to be the beginning. The question now is how and who do you trust to turn that foundation into a secure future for you, your family, and our country. Now is the moment for Britain to choose its future, to decide whether we want to build on the progress we have made or risk going back to square one with no plan and no certainty. Earlier today, I spoke with His Majesty the King to request the dissolution of Parliament. The King has granted this request, and we will have a general election on the 4th of July.
So it can be done, y'all. It can
Yes.
be done.
Transition now.
Transition now. Transition now. It can
Transition. Stop moving forward. Transition now. You can make this demand. Youths, you can make this demand. It is your voice. It is your power. It is your freedom. Make demand. Others are doing it. Stop telling stories.
Stop telling stories. Transition now is the only way forward. Let's join effort with Ninas to emancipate ourselves from slave camp called Nigeria. So we must do the right things. We cannot wait on the Lord. We cannot wait for, let's go and do other things. We warned you guys about this election. People with hard of hearing. We warned you guys. But there's a way out because you can demand for transition now. Your mates are in Kenya demanding for what they want, demanding for change. You want to go and trap yourself in Ebuka's church and be crying to the Lord as if you're stupid. Transition now. Nina is right. It's insane. Let's start with our topic, evil political game, keeping Nigerians down. They will continue to keep you down as long as you're waiting for somebody else to do it for you. Nigeria potential is immense, but the country continues to be held back by political manipulation that prioritizes the interests of few over the needs of many. Addressing the constitutional grievances that underpin deep-seated corruption and poor governance is crucial for us to move forward. This not only require internal reform, but also a change in how international actors engage with our country. Only then can Nigeria hope to break free from the shackles of political manipulation and fulfill its promise as a nation. You heard Rishi Sunak. People are not happy, things are not working. He could have waited till next year for this election, and he said, no, we are going to do it on July the 4th, knowing that he's going to lose. We know that Nigerian current political and legal framework, which is based on 1999 Constitution, has its roots in colonial era laws that do not adequately reflect the needs and aspirations of our population. So reforming this outdated constitution is essential for addressing the systemic issues that hinder our progress. According to Amit Shah, the Indian Home Minister, he said, it is time for Indian... Abiola Home.
I can hear you.
Yeah, let me turn this thing off. I don't know how you came back on.
Okay. Please continue to share, like, and subscribe.
Right. Sorry about that. So according to Amit Shah, he said it's time for Indian laws made by Indians. He said we cannot play politics over. We can play politics over other issues, but not this one, because it is about giving justice to 1.4 billion Indians. This sentiment is highly relevant to our condition or situation. Countries that are serious about the future of their citizens are replacing colonial era laws with new indigenous laws. For instance, India is moving away from outdated colonial laws, focusing on reform that ensures speedy justice, penalize deceitful practices, and provide community service for minor offenses, among other improvements. But however, in our case, because only few are gaining from the so-called One Nigeria, I don't know what to call it, enforcement, because that's what it is. We know there are also colonial puppets and willing tools that want to continue to enforce the 1999 Constitution so that they can perpetuate our bondage and injustice for millions of indigenous peoples. They are very reluctant to move away from this outdated law because it benefits them, but most importantly, it stops us from moving forward. So today we'll continue the conversation on how to peacefully scrap the old and outdated colonial constitutional order imposed on the peoples of Nina's territory, replacing it with a new people-friendly constitutional arrangement is vital for achieving justice, equity, and sustainable development. So, Richie Sunak, thank you so much for being that example, because people in your Commonwealth, Commonwealth, they want you guys to come from your house and come and steal, and then call us Commonwealth, and yours is your own private wealth. People in your Commonwealth territory think it's impossible to remove a president that didn't even win the election by their own standard. He did not win. He did not meet the standard that he's supposed to meet in order to be declared president. But because INEC belongs to whoever it belongs to, though we are told they are independent, we know they are not. They get to do what they want and leave you guys in a limbo. And now you're under a colonial monster. Go ahead, my sister.
Yeah, because slaves do not have rights. So you don't have rights to true democracy. You don't have right to true federalism. You don't have right to anything meaningful. They will do their own people well. You that you're fifth class citizens. No, you're not even humans. You're not humans.
They are commodities.
Commodities, yes.
They are
So
commodities.
you that you're chattel slaves, commodities, you'll be treated anyhow. We're telling you, stand up. The way you're carrying Bible on your head and carrying your men of God and women of God, daddy geos, mommy geos, everything, carry them like a palliative. The way you're carrying them up and down and hiding them, that's the way you should stand up and do what you need to do. We will link up everything for you. I'll allow my sister to continue.
Right. The topic goes evil political game, keeping Nigerians down. And it will continue to keep you down because you guys are not listening. We're going to look at the introduction, which we've already done. We do not have any country to protest for. So for those of you going there for the monster with an open mouth to swallow you, if you swallow you, the only thing that will happen to you, end up in the toilet because you will digest and he will flush. Boom, you go into the toilet. We're going to look at understanding the evil political game of Nigeria, how they hijacked Ndibo, legitimate demand for self-determination. We knew it. We knew it because we said go forward. He will say, no, you can't go forward. Like he will literally stop it. He will drive you nuts. You'll be thinking, why are you saying no? But I thought you said you want help for the people.
He will even call your enemy to arrest our people and imprison them. You're not making sense. Like, what's going on here?
I wasn't interested in what is being done to be part of what is being, my dear. Hey, thank God for preserving my sanity.
Yes.
Take home points, and then we are going to look at the spotlight on the wisdom of our ancestors. And today we are shining spotlight on baby mama because you guys like to learn bad things. You guys like to learn bad things. We're telling you, we're trying to unlearn everything we learn from these people. People are bringing more, importing more. We need to go back to our indigenous ways that kept you alive and well. We definitely cannot afford baby mamas in our land. And we end up with announcement. Of course, we can move forward without reminding ourselves that we live in Osman Dan Fodo's estate. And until we take responsibility of our own space, we'll continue to have them, enemies drop weapons for them. They will take a video and share with us to tell us they are coming. They are loading up. They are on the way. Why you play games and ask yourself, how is this going to happen? But you were able to get yourself together for obedience. The one thing that will save you, somebody brings up, you say, how is this going to happen? I've never seen anything demonic. Talk about demonic in my whole life. Before they shut us down, we use a disclaimer. Facebook, YouTube. This is for educational purposes. We are not making money off of it. We just want to educate our people, which we know you guys don't like. But the job must continue. Oh, by the way, kudos to our food soldiers, brothers and sisters. Well done for the update that you brought this week. We are definitely excited in the spirit. This work is offline. This work is offline.
Yes.
So we'll continue to go door to door, give flyers, talk to our people one-on-one, and wake them up from their slumber.
Yes.
We do not have any country to protest for. We do not have any country to protest for. Hey, Bdokwale again. Hey, Bdokwale, this is how the government will come. Look at this thing. Actually, in your protest, he puts on your 1 month.
You've noticed your enemy to prepare very well.
My,
because
I've never
it's
seen
a
this kind
game.
of this thing.
It's
You
game they are
suppose to
playing.
go on X within 48 hours, you will overwhelm them.
Yes.
You give a date so that they can bring their Fulani Marudin terrorists to come and wait for you. My dear, they have started. Don't
It's
join.
the people organizing it. It's the game they are playing.
They have started again. They have started again. Do not go out there to protest with them. These are criminals. These are criminals. If they want change for Nigeria, the template for change is on the table.
Simple.
As we watch, greedy youths are leading ignorant youths to their slaughter. I was privy to see a video of our brother singing rap in Igbo and how he convinced his brother to go and steal with him. I said, that's a very good one, that they are rapping to themselves. We are looking at a union at gunpoint that is a treason against the people, not a country to be fought for. These people don't care for you. That's why they've already gone. They will hire the savior of Biafra, pay him. But that thing that woman said made perfect sense.
So accurate.
Hey.
So accurate. I've never seen a prophecy that is like so accurate. We leave these people. This is
no,
not.
They wouldn't understand because they weren't part of the
no.
Show. They weren't part of when we say go forward. This man will literally stop the movement from going forward.
I'm telling you, stand in front and ready to even execute you for trying to do something that will benefit our people.
Hey, unbelievable.
Only blood. Only blood.
The unitary constitution of Nigeria is guarantee of failure for the advertised protest. What you will see there is a big monster. When you come, it will take you in and shit you out.
Yep.
Nothing will happen.
Into the grave.
Into the grave. It is also the chief enabler of the evil blood-sucking system that might choose to go violent against the protesters. We keep telling you guys, nobody in the Kenya, go and ask them. They didn't go and print flyer 1 month ahead of time and show them. That's not how it's done. Go and check other people in Iraq and Iran that just did their own. They didn't go and share folder. This is Tinubu's friend sharing this folder.
Yes.
So that you guys will not react. Why Kenyans are busy fighting, they will say, oh, let's not fight. We're waiting for August.
Exactly.
That night, who Nile gave? Remember the bloody October 2022. Somebody gave an order to shoot our young.
2020, my dear. October
2020, more like my date. It is October 2020. Tinubu gave Buhari gave an order. Has anyone gone to fight for justice for those people? No.
Nope.
Oh, I forgot. Everything in Nigeria is a football game. You lose, my dear. I forgot that say it. You pack your things and you go home.
Of course.
Nobody has gone for justice for those youths. And we keep telling you guys, insanity is to keep repeating the same stupidity that we see our people do and thinking something else is going to happen. And you cannot manipulate God. I tell this to everyone. I saw a patient the other day. She's telling me that the aneurysm in her neck, she couldn't believe God for the aneurysm to disappear. I said, no. God is going to see you at the judgment throne and throw you in hell because you're very stupid. You cannot sabotage God. You cannot blackmail God. Can you guys, I know your pastors are not teaching you that. Can you please appreciate that you cannot? You cannot. You do your best and He will do the rest. Our Kenyan protesters, and we see everything happening in Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso. That's why these people are floating these fake protests for you guys with a date. You show up, even now, but I got peak. Some of you guys up, you wouldn't even be able to show up. August 1st to the 10th, 2024. Planned protests. This planned protest you're looking at is another plan to distract you from doing something that is meaningful, which is taking down this 1999 unitary hellfire constitution. It's a distraction. They know this job is finished. We're waiting for you guys to push through the last time. It's like somebody working out. Your trainer will tell you push through that last weightlifting, you push through it. And every time either they use a wedding to deceive you, or the movie star that had a baby in UK and Germany and his wife left him, nobody knew. They will always bring something because they are all partners. My sister will tell you how the pastors, the celebrities, how they are all playing a role in all of this. When you think back, anything brought by the colonial monsters, whether it's church, whether it's entertainment, whatever it is to enslave our people. I promise you guys that. Whatever that they brought to you Africans is to enslave. Even this phone that we're using, that's why is to monitor you. At a time that those who seek change are rallying massively against the campaign to take down the unitary constitution of Nigeria to free all of us, someone is planning a fake protest. That's why Jekaya bad. The bogus plan protest is to put back to sleep our youth that are waking up. That's what they're doing. Like the hollow demand of the NSARS protest of 2020. How Blue 20-point agenda show up with that or demand that doesn't have anything that can address the woes of what we're going through. They were called. The one that called himself a musician, he was called. He was briefed about what they need to be protesting for. No, I forgot. They are all business partners. They are all enjoying one Nigeria. He lives in Nigeria. He's making tons of money. Why would he come and end that? He will come out in the front as if he's for the people. Then when you tell them what works, they won't listen. Ignorant people leading the ignorance. Whenever you go back to election, we warned you guys over this, that the elections give life to the illegitimate 1999 constitution, which now everybody now know that is a source of misery and empowers these people to continue to do what they're doing. They will never let you go. The oil in Jigawa, the oil in Biesa belongs to the, and the gold and in Jigawa belongs to them. They can open up the border because it's fluid. Oh, mommy, in your house everywhere. Anybody can come in with AK-47 to unalive our people. That's why you're being kidnapped and nobody can stop you. With drone, they have drone. Every time they will kidnap you, nobody will fly one of those drones to go and get those people out.
Yeah, once they kidnap Ndiocha, once they kidnap white men, in one day, Seth, they get them out.
Yeah. So people, you've been punked once again. Please continue to help us to share and like. Continue to hit the like button. It helps to avert their algorithm. Understanding the evil political game of Nigeria. My sister, go ahead. Let me use the restroom real quick.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We want to put it together. Understanding the evil political game of Nigeria, because you need to understand why we are telling you that general elections will not solve your problem. Your problem is not leadership problem. It is not bringing one criminal out and putting another criminal. Bringing the criminal that is shouting and bringing the quiet one that is doing like a saint. Criminal is criminal. It will not serve you. Only one change you need. Only one protest you need. Transition now. They did it in Chile 2020. They occupied roads until their military constitution, they voted, they went for referendum and everything that they needed. This is one thing. When the people organize what they need to do, we will know. We that are watching it from here, we will know. But you see that one is bogus, is fake. If you take your children there, they use your children to do suya. Understanding the evil political game. From the beginning of this Fulani British colony called Nigeria, the only one political agenda that they had, and they still have, is keeping the indigenous peoples, the owners of the ancestral lands and resources, keeping them away from where political decisions are made, where policies are made. That's the only agenda. You hear them bringing 20 agenda. You want to do this, you want to do that. Found one agenda, keeping you from where decisions are being made because your resources need to be stolen.
Yep.
They keep them away from political power and away from each other, what we call divide and conquer or divide and rule. They use religion. You are Muslim, you are Christian. Even in Christianity, you are Roman Catholic, you are Anglican.
You can marry each other, self.
No, even in Pentecostalism, you are Deeper Life, you are winners, you are the more, you are the akara. Even inside that one again, like one believe Papa Mama, one believe Daddy Gio, one believe Mama Gio. Hey, again. It is not any spirituality. It is not taking you close to God. It is taking you far away from God. And that's why we say, run away from any Arab white man religion. Run away from it. Go and carry the Bible. They didn't write the Bible. Carry the Bible, Torah. Go and carry it and read it by yourself. It will begin to make sense to you. It's like a story. From Old Testament, it's just the story. You see the things that human beings do. Don't allow anybody to explain it to you. Read it by yourself. It's like story. You understand it. Anybody that tells you will not understand it is a lie. You understand it. It's like story. What is difficult in? Oh, Abraham left somewhere. He went with his wife. They met enemies. He said, the wife, please protect me. Don't tell them you're your husband, though, because I'm actually your cousin. What is the difficult you need to understand? Is this. Go and read it. You understand it. So these people, they started playing evil soccer game. Yes. Maradona soccer moves. The more you look, the less you see. Yes, everybody confused. What is going on? I thought he said democracy. I thought we said election. I thought he said we should get our PVC. I thought he said we should come out. It's Obalibogari. The more you look, the less you see. It's called soccer game. Maradona. Aparagiga this side. Aparagiga this side. Maga apagi front back. You dey confused. You know, if you Google, you see that one of Maradona's trademark moves was dribbling full speed on the right wing, and on reaching the opponent's goal line, delivering accurate passes to his teammates. He was not joking with it. Maradona, that's why the name Maradona. Even IBB, they called him Maradona. That means our people understood that they were being played. So this means that these colonial monsters got teammates for colonial monsters. They have been recruited, always being recruited, and being constantly, handsomely rewarded. You, the indigenous peoples, became the opponents. That's the summary of neocolonialism. What did we say? In your midst, in your people, they recruited teammates, team players.
Yep.
Inside. We will call their names for you. We will list them to you so that when you see, you will know. We told you that in this show, what we want you to do is open your brain. We are here to open your brain, then open your eye so that when you see, it will make sense. Because your eye is supposed to be connecting to your brain so that what you're seeing with your eye, your brain will be interpreting it properly and you will be behaving very well. That's why we come here every Saturday to get information out to you so that it will go make sense. When say it go make sense, when we finish, sit down and continue to watch. You will understand. So these are teammates for the colonial monsters, and they are being recruited all the time and handsomely rewarded. And you, the indigenous people, you're on the other side. You know it's soccer game. And the ball, the other side. So the teammates are those benefiting from the colonial order, colonial system. Enemies of their own people. We told you in colonialism, it was the white man physically in your land colonizing you. Neo-colonialism, white man removed his hand, brought your own people and kept them oppressing you, suppressing you. Their knee on your neck, you can't breathe. And they say, stay there. Fight. Who are they? Who are the teammates for the colonial monsters in this soccer game that we are playing? Who are the people playing us? Politicians, yes. Your brothers, all those people that call themselves politicians, all of them, owners of political parties, whatever, all of them,
Ọ ji ụzọ ka anụ ha niile ndị ori ndị ori.
Yes, ndị ori. Okorocha na okoro ndị mmụọ. All of them. Of course, their counterparts and fellow bedfellows. Church, mega church and religious leaders. Yes, those ones now tagging over now boogie. Your brain is in foam. Nothing is on. Nothing is making sense in your brain. It's in as you're looking, you're yeah. Be steady. God will do it. If you're a Muslim, hit your head on the ground 50 times, hit your leg 20 times. That's when God will come and help you. If you're a Christian, don't sleep. Be awake. Do night vigil. Fasting. You get poorer and poorer. And the person that is teaching you is getting richer and richer. The more you look. Ball. They are part of the soccer game. We are telling you about members of the team of the soccer game. Celebrities, yes, beauties. Indian America organize weddings. The super wedding in the world, the greatest wedding, yes. I fathered all the children anywhere I found, like in Ethiopia, and then I have rewarded one of the Mungus. I've married her. So we celebrate her and go and buy all the designers. And then you say, do you know this bag is 20 million? Do you know this bag is 1 billion? In the place where our people cannot find food to eat. What is this evil for? What is this evil for? British. In other countries, when people are suffering, it's the celebrities that will carry it on their head to spread it. They will do movies, they will sing music. Even apartheid here. We used to sing songs for apartheid and everything against them. But here we are pushing something that will free our people. All these British, all they can do is to fix nash and fix breast and fix eye and fix nail. Like in Indiana, when you see all of you will suffer.
You say,
don't worry, my people will wake up eventually.
You say,
we are talking about team members for the colonial monsters, traditional rulers, because they're not leaders. Appointed, paid salary by Nigerian colonial government. Fake freedom fighters. Yes, we'll break it down for you. Fake people organizing fake protests, fake strike. Before they're even finishing the organization, they will come them and give them money. And everything has gone.
They'll go and marry a 23-year-old when they're 69.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. The elites, so-called elites, who have refused to join the struggle to free the poor masses. You went to school. You are supposed to, these things you are saying is supposed to make sense to you. But all of a sudden, you're a medical doctor. You can't understand my English. All of a sudden, you are an engineer. You can't understand what I'm saying. All of a sudden, you are a lawyer. You went to school. They paid school fees for you to study law. All of a sudden, you don't know what constitution is again. You don't know how they're making it again. Everything is not making sense to you because you are, I don't know what to call it. All of them are members playing the soccer on the side. They're on the other side because we told you that 1999 constitution is the demarcation. Those that are playing for us and those that are playing against us. Anybody still upholding, swearing to, enforcing the 1999 constitution is on the other side of the battle. It's the enemy of the people. 1999 constitution is the yardstick. If you're on this side saying, pull it down, transition now, then you're part, you are with the indigenous people. The greatest scare of the white Arab colonialists, because they are partners. The white came with Christianity. Arab came with Islam. They connect together. Why the white is giving the Arab descendants ammunition to buy you, so that together they're partners. But they had a greatest scare that made them to feel like, you know what, we're going to finish these people. That was the challenge from Biafran Republic. 1967-70, they never knew that the black people could organize themselves within 3 years, execute battle, That's like they came to finish them, but they fought. They were producing ammunition. They were producing. Why that? When they were fighting, our people inside did not even know they kept our people safe. They were marrying. They were farming. There's something that Tony explained to me. Something about a strategy on how to feed the people. They were the plans. Anywhere you get to, you plant food. Even if you're going to move. When you move, the next group that will come there will eat and harvest that food. That's how, until they closed borders, until they made it that it was impossible. And so our people, they will still go and study, or you see, they will eventually go and study what happened. But that was the biggest scare for them. And they said, what? Because our people fought with their last blood. The earth shook. The earth bled. Our people fought without shoes. They said, give us, because they were fighting for the life of their children. The White Arab Alliance swore to wipe out 1/3 of Nigerians, not sparing even 2-year-old, not sparing even babies, like Herod in the Bible. So they created a dot in a circle to put the people that they feel that the most troublesome part of black race, Ndibo, they call them Igbo people. Ndibo, the meaning is ancient people. But God intervened. Yes, God intervened. Their full plan did not work. Alas, man is not God. Man is not God. Man, know that you are not God. Whether you are black, white, red, Asia, whatever, know that you are not God. There is a supreme being which you people do not acknowledge, which we acknowledge and worship in truth and in spirit. He reigns in our land, and he will reign once again when we are done with this. There is God. There is God. We know you don't believe that there's God, but there is God. And that God is fighting for us.
And we are called by his name, by the way.
And we are called by his name. And we are battle axes in his hands. And we are pencils in his hands. And we move by his inspiration. That's why you see this project going on. We are fighting bare hands. We don't have anybody funding us. We don't have money coming from anywhere. We are literally fighting bare hands. But you see how the enemy is shaken. Because he that is with our God is majority. He saves, whether by large number or by small number. We know the God that we serve. He's called Chukwokike, the creator of the universe. We are working with him. So Ndibo, the ancient people, just like you have Burkina Faso. The Burkina Faso, we call them Burkinabes. That means Burkina Faso, the righteous man, Burkinabe, righteous man. So Ndibo, the ancient people, the colonial masters called us peoples, are a people who on record chose death over slavery. You go and see Igbo landing in Georgia, 1803. That will tell you who we are and how we move. So the plan of the 1967 military alliance was to destroy Biafra and keep Ndibo trapped in that dotted circle. That is political minority, making the political minority and keeping them away from power without international borders or coastal borders. Danger, warning, there's warning we are sending out. You know warning? So far, this Ndibo are still trapped in that dotted circle. No one in Nigeria, Africa, or the world will know peace.
You say
you will never know peace. You will not prosper because you're struggling with somebody, you wrestle the person down. As you're holding that person down, you're also holding yourself. So you will not have time to prosper because you're holding them down. That is, all the indigenous peoples will remain down, poor and restless. Because ọkụkọ nọ na ngige ebu, ọkụkọ ebu, No peace for the wicked. As you're chasing them and not doing what you're supposed to do to free yourselves and your children, everybody is inside the trouble. Nobody will be out. What swallowed and is still keeping the sovereignty of Ndibo, the ancient people, the great Igbo nation, what swallowed their sovereignty, continue to keep your own sovereignty. You, yes, all the indigenous peoples, they will keep your sovereignty. And you know what did that? The fraudulent, colonial, illegitimate 1999 constitution. That is what swallowed the sovereignty of everyone. That's why we're suffering. Everything that we're going through, all we are asking you, we are not saying go and do answers, go and do 20 things. Only one thing is what we're asking you to do. Bring down that colonial evil book. That's all. Transition now. Tell everybody to stop. No election, no nothing. Don't conduct. Don't do anything. We are going for transition so that we can get constitutional arrangement that will favor everyone and we can live in peace. Therefore, because they know that this thing, if you do it, you'll be free. All their political moves and permutation is to ensure that that evil book of Lucifer, 1999 Constitution, is enforced and renewed every 4 years via general election. Conducted by who? By Nigerian people. You see why you're down? Have you seen why you're down? Conducted by them. The Ninas campaign for self-determination is now the monster they fear most. A work of 25 years research and brain work. I'm so proud of our people. So proud. Whenever I think of the Nina's proposition, I marvel. I say, wow. And when we break it down for some people and they understand, they say, what? Even the white man did not believe. Of course, they don't know our capabilities, that we could come up with such a project. A project that when you're sleeping and eating ake and okwa, your enemy is running prum in confusion. And you're just like, la tap ake and okwa. Like, you're smiling. When you do one again, you gotta be drinking your palm wine, and then they're like, nah, tano kuroko, nah, tano. Like,
at least I won't end up in the ER with heart attack or stroke.
No, you're taking your wine, eating obando kuroko. The enemy is running. You see them moving, my dear. It's amazing. If you understand the proposition, you will be part of what we are doing. Because your name will enter the annals of the world as the people that did wonders with brain work. Not a carrying stick, Camilo. It's noiseless, very dangerous, because it seeks to uproot the taproot of colonialism and neocolonialism. What the problem that people could not solve 500 years. Nina's project and strategy is multifaceted and does not require the participation of the colonial soccer teams and the willing teams. They don't need to be part of it. Hence, the need for them to infiltrate, counter, duplicate, and fake the project. So they went and got all their team members. We are telling you, understanding the evil political game of Nigeria, for you to understand why things are happening the way. Their team members who have called them before to you, the politicians, the mega church owners, yes, all of them, from A to Z, Adeboyo, Biyoyo, Kokoyo, Akinmo, Ndimondara, all of them, they are not worshiping God, they are not working for God. Bishop Kuka, or Bishop Cook, that one in Kaduna, that they are buying his people and he's busy speaking English, looking for what.
But that's how you act when you use cocaine for breakfast, okay?
Yes. And especially when you didn't marry, you're staying by the side and eating fattening food and taking cocaine at breakfast. That's how you act. All of them. British who have broken down for you. The traditional leaders, those ones are appointed, are paying them salary. Fake freedom fighters who have told you how to know them. It's easy to know them, and my people have known them now. Fake protest organizers, fake strike organizers, the so-called elites that will only be intelligent when they're studying medicine, law in the class, and engineering in class. But when it comes to things that will free the people, suddenly they will not yes. Suddenly the things will not make sense to them again. Yeah, because they're all benefiting from the old order. They are looking for, okay, their political ambition. Oh, come out so that we too. So when they come from time to time, they carry beans and rice and share to people. They call them, hey, Onwa has given us rice and beans.
That's how, that is a way to identify a man with a low self-esteem. Any man waiting for you to call him Onwa, matter that's nothing in his private parts. Akam is what is in there.
Yes. So about 10 years ago, when Nina's campaign train got to that dot in circle, we told you that they kept Ndibo in dot in circle. So as the campaign continued, 10 years ago, we're telling you, when the campaign hits, because that was when the mass mobilization for people, the 5% more mass mobilization that we told you people about last week. Please go and watch that video. We broke down all the things that Nina's has been doing in percentages. There's one we told you that is 5%, which is mobilization and enlightenment of the public, of the people, because that's the only role they need to play. Every other part, they don't need to be part of it, and it was being executed. But this one is where so when that thing got to Alibo about 10 years ago, you know what? These evil people will play the video to you. They recruited Nahad Kano. He was recruited to distract this Ndibo. Yes, Ndibo are the most dangerous type of slaves to keep in captivity. So they recruited him. In the next section, we will break it down for you, the role he came to play, how he played the role, because we were inside. We are not coming from outside. We tell you that we're from inside. We'll break it down for you. We desire liberation. We say no 2027 general elections, transitioning instead. Please share this video and other videos from Nina's. Nina's, again, the meaning is Nigerian Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination. That's what it means. Should I continue the next section?
Go ahead.
Hijacking Ndibo's legitimate demand for self-determination. Hijacking Ndibo's legitimate demand for self-determination. Ndibo, of course, we told you, are the ancient people. That's what it literally means. Igbos, according to the colonialists, they have a way of destroying people's name. They'll call it whatever they feel like doing it. That word is actually Ndibo, the ancient people. So like other indigenous ethnic nationalities in Africa, they have been fighting against slavery, against slave trade, against colonialism and neocolonialism for over 500 years. Our people have a legitimate desire to live freely on our ancestral lands, like our counterparts in the West and all over the world. And that is self-determination. That's the meaning of self-determination. We believe that we have enough resources on our ancestral lands to live a good life. And that self-determination is our moral right, according to 2007 United Nations Declaration for Indigenous Peoples' Rights. There is enough indication that things are not okay for our people and on our ancestral lands. This justifies our quest for freedom. We will tell you some of the things going on that make us know that things are not okay. We are not living like normal human beings. The dot in circle we mentioned to you, which is to politically and economically marginalize us. They did that and it's still there because our people have been cut out into reducing us to 5 states. And inside there, they will tell you, we'll give you 1 state, we'll give you one. Our people, our family, members of families, communities have been taken away from us, creating this restricting dot in circle. Anybody that is bringing solution and not starting from it is wasting his time. And it's 1999 Constitution that kept us in this life. Our people have been dying unnecessarily for decades. They say, hey, we want to free this one so that the people will stop dying. No, our people have been dying for decades, even before Rima was taken to prison. Current military occupation by Nigerian forces like Namibia before the end of South African apartheid in 1990. That thing that happened in Namibia is happening in our land. Military, our people will be traveling. They get to somewhere, they have to come out of the car. Everybody, old, young, small, and raise their hand to cross. Then the driver will drive over the car, and then you gotta enter again. Who lives like that? Who lives like that in our own land? Forcing our people to abandon a land flowing with milk and honey. Alandibo is a land flowing with milk and honey. Our people left this precious, this choice land to scatter and sojourn like aliens in all parts of the world on economic exile. Things are not okay. That's not how our people should be living. Our people, by that, have rejected and deserted the colonial unitary Nigeria that has been so hostile to them and their children, killing their dreams. We are telling you about indications, things that we are seeing, country going on, making us to know that things are not okay and we deserve to be free. Some of our people, as we speak, are enslaved in all parts of the world, living in worse and most deplorable conditions. Some are in prison, in worse dungeons, and prisons in Arabian and Asian countries. You need to see them. Full-fledged man, he's doing houseboy, he's doing women, doing house help, and they're doing all sorts of things. These videos keep flying around. We see these things breaking our hearts when we are so comfortable, ought to be comfortable in our land. Some have chosen that their burial site is the Mediterranean Sea, Sahara Desert, rather than mine in Nigeria. The presence of many retired freedom fighters. Yes, the people we call freedom fighters emeritus. It shows us that the war has been going on for years. Yeah, people like Raf Uwazurike. Yeah, Nnahadi Kanu. Asari Dokubo, Uche Mefo, Uche Namadu, Obido Obienu, George Onyibe, Chinasa Nworu, Chike Doziem, all of them. These are people that came out say they want to bring freedom. But now they have switched into Nigerian politics. They are now serving as political thugs and political players, abandoning the people they said they came to fight for. And my people have been made here, and where have they landed? Where did they end up? And you don't have the moral that you don't have the heart to say you must push Nina's project so that the people that you led astray can be redeemed. You go about you want to be political. We see all of you. We just call few. And our people are watching you. You think you can hide? You're not hiding. They're talking about how the legitimate demand for self-determination by Ndibo was hijacked. Sabotage is a major problem in every fight for freedom and liberation. So we are not surprised that as we are doing that, it will be sabotaged. Colonial masters are so big on sabotage that in UK, they have school of sabotage where they will teach you how to sabotage people, how to sabotage governments, how to sabotage kingdoms. So we are not surprised. But what we are here to tell you is for you to understand so that when you see them and you see them moving, you will know what they're about to do. And you will not be gullible and you will not be led astray. So as a result, they hijacked the legitimate demand for our freedom by these enemies hijacked it. They use their puppets, the willing tools in our land to do it. Yes, who are the willing tools? Igbo politicians and their colonial partners. Obasanjo. You see that Obasanjo? Even his name will tell you, non Obasanjo. He's spreading evil. As he's going everywhere, he's spreading evil. That's the meaning of his name. On Obasanjo. So Igbo politicians, they worked together and they recruited and are sponsoring and still sponsoring Nnamdi Kanu to destroy the liberation movement from inside. Nnamdi came inside. Inside, we were there. He came inside to the inside. Our people had already gathered, recruited our people. We know the people that gathered our people. Nnamdi Kanu did not form IPOB. Our people worked hard and brought themselves because they wanted freedom and to finish the battle that their fathers started in Biafra Republic. But these evil people recruited this son of a wizard, son of a strange father, to come into the project and destroy it.
Oh.
From inside. They are the same people still sponsoring Peter Obi. You see him going like Santiago with his fake, fruitless, and hopeless election moves. This is sabotage. We're explaining it to you so that you understand what is going on, my people. Their target was one target, to destroy Nina's projects.
Yep.
That's the only target. That's what they came for. That's why they were recruited. So Nnamdi Kanu hijacked the movement of the people, transformed it into an online social media fraudulent, fruitless Biafra movement. Are people going in circles? When they come for meeting, they're eating chicken and rice. People that are freedom fighters, and they say they want to be free. They say, hey, you see, we have gathered, we are Biafra in Namibia. Now we are eating rice and beans. We are eating chicken. All thanks to Nnamdi Kanu. It happened in our eyes. Well, this is not Koro, they say. With time, he introduced Sit at Home, ESN, that he called the Eastern Security Network, NARA. According to American veterans of Igbo descent, AVD, they even put it in a record that it wasn't Nnamdi Kanu that set up ESN. That is ESN that is spying our people today and destroying. You can see that they kill our people. They are not killing the politicians that they say they were fighting against. All the politicians that their children, everybody is safe, everybody is fine.
Everyone of them. They even come to his mother's funeral.
Exactly. So these people, this group, AVID, they have confirmed and they wrote it down. We have the record where they wrote it down. Then they cannot set up ESN. So when you hear them releasing, people know the truth. Unknown gunmen, Ebubagu, all of them. All sorts of things that are setting up to distract our people and destroy our people. To further destroy Anigbo and destroy Indibo. When we talk, some people that don't know that we have evidence and information. This one we're saying, we're just breaking it down for you. Written evidence everywhere. You can't say everything. We told you that this show is too short. The time is too short. We are rushing everything. All the evidence are there. So we don't say what we don't know. If you know who we are, you will know that we are not playing. So if we tell you something, you better listen. Some of you are there on social media, funding and pushing what you don't know. You are coming to argue with us. Meanwhile, you don't know. Their game, all they're doing is to play game of manipulation, confusing and distracting our people from the right pathway for self-determination. And our people have died. They have died because of this manipulation. And others calling for release of this or this. And I wonder what will happen to the widows' children, all the people that died. Who is going to recount? Who is going to pay for them? Want to release a murderer. Obasanjo is the chief Maradona of unitary Nigerian politics.
Yeah.
He's dead. This man you're seeing. He had the prophetess explaining him. He said that one that is not too, like he's ugly. It's not too, the way she explained it. Now he's calling for release of Nnamdi Kanu. From where
Can
to
you
where?
imagine? Can you imagine?
From where to where?
As if that's going to improve the economy.
My dear, this man represents all the parties. He's the representative of Fulani oligarchs, Fulani caliphates, Britain, politicians, church leaders, pastors. You know, he's writing prayer books also. Military class of 66, indigenous puppets, the celebrities, pretties. When they are doing weddings,
Jiga dance, bugak or jiga, whichever
exactly.
you call it.
When they do weddings, he's there. So he is in the center of everything. Onye anyị na-enanya ndị Igbo, onye anyị na-enanya bụ arụsị. Ndị na-asị arụ kwụsị, nekwa na arụsị here. Now we see arụsị. All the Nigerian crooked political actors are controlled by Obasanjo. We call them Obasanjo boys. They also have IBB boys. He made them who they are today with the stolen wealth of our people. So they are all connected in the occultic powers, where the same Obasanjo is their grandmaster. They are not playing. Recall in the video, in this the female prophetess, when he said in the third video that we played, he said she talked about Nnamdi Kanu being involved in a cult. She said some white men and Nigerian big men were with Kanu. And one particular man she perfectly described told Kanu that even if they openly criticize him, they will protect him. Are they not keeping their promise? Are you not seeing what is going on? When colonial puppets start speaking for you and calling for your release, you better check your basket to see what you're carrying. Ndi Biafra. Where is your Biafra? Has it been swallowed up inside the tummy of Nnamdi Kanu? Kedunu Biafra. My people, Atanoboro, get your brain. We are talking of how the struggle of Ndi Igbo for legitimate struggle of Ndi Igbo for self-determination was hijacked by the same enemy that they were fighting. When you hear release him, it's all part of the game.
Yes.
Barabbas Ohamondoshi. Barabbas Ohamondoshi is part of the game. We want you to understand the game. Whether they keep him or release him, because he's a John watch. The game is on. We don't really care. We are doing what we're doing. So let them continue to play their game and deceive themselves. We are not being deceived because our people are getting the information. The game is all about manipulating and distracting our people. According to Sahara reporter Showore, he said that each time they bring that Ohamandoshi to court, they have to share 5 million naira among themselves. Just to take him to court to act that drama you see him acting. That drama is season 1 and it has up to 200 episodes. Depending on the one they want to act. If you make too much noise, I said they'll bring him out. You come to court, act one drama, and it's the script. He's acting his script. So when you hear release him, know that they have entered season 2 of the drama. And the actors in this season 2 are Igbo politicians, Nigerian politicians, church leaders, traditional rulers, fake freedom fighters, retired and active. They are actors in the movie. Everyone is given his or her own script and rewarded handsomely. Who is suffering after all this game? You, the indigenous peoples. Whether Igbo, whether Yoruba, whether Hausa, whether Ijo, Efik, you are the one suffering. Tell me, what does all this noise, drama have to do with the release of your hijacked sovereignty and the suffering of the people?
I know. Bunch of distractions.
Exactly. Suddenly, they don't want court anymore. It is now political solution for a murderer. Since when? Now they need him to come and campaign for them. They are hoping he will help them to campaign for P2B.
Aye.
Ohamandoshi. That's why they bring him. All is arranging. You even see senators from Borno State. They are now asking for release of their agents. Yes, like Uwazurike and Asari settlement time. When they settle them, those ones will now remain like kingpin. Now have boys, political thugs that they said APC will use them today. APGA will use them tomorrow. Labour will use them one nature. PDP will use them the other day. They are the ones, they need the boys. They will say, Asari, we need 200 boys on the street. They say, consider it done. How much? Credit my account. Our people, do you remember signed, sealed, and delivered? We're about to play part 2 of it. Article, Obiku, articulation. Don't register. Don't go to novel. All to sabotage Nina's.
Aye.
After killing Ndibo and destroying their properties, not only in Anibo, but all over Nigeria.
And their way of life.
No wonder Ijele is now being given Nindi more to go and meet his ancestors. Maybe he's talking too much. They will send him. He will talk. When he talks too much, they'll pull him out and say, okay, Ozu goes here. And then they want to do. You see, it's not the heme. Omegi naru ifunanya. If you say it's not happening, it will happen to you. You will see it. Nigeria will happen to you. We told you people. Nigeria is in the agbalụ ka eriri. Erie gị, ịcha ka erie ndị ọzọ. Akpa gị, ịcha ka akpa ndị ọzọ. Please, the next slide. Okay, that's it. Sorry, you're right. So they want to release Barabbas. Why? So that it can help them drag Ndigbo to 2027 election.
This is wicked, man. This is wicked.
They will promise them P2B rather than self-determination. And then our people, like ignorant people, will go. But our people know better now. They're waking up. That's the grassroots work going on. They'll be surprised. The only people talking and strategically fighting for the freedom of the peoples of Nigeria is Ninas. What did we say? The only people strategically fighting for the freedom of the peoples of Nigeria is Ninas. What's the meaning again? Nigeria Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination. We are sending message to Tinubu. Tinubu, you know this is game. They play against you so that you don't do this. Either way, people are playing yourself. Well, all this thing we are explaining is to explain our people to come out, because you know when two elephants fight, is the grass that will suffer. So if you're not enlightened, they said that the fly that does not listen to counsel follows corpse to grave. So we are here to break it down for you to understand is the game they are playing. If you understand the game, you will move out of the road for them. Let them play their game and be going. Why you go and do more important things? Tinubu needs to pay attention to Nina's proposition and move towards transition. He needs to allow the indigenous peoples to go in peace. All we are asking for is union renegotiation. Because you see this evil political game, it will backfire on all of you. Everyone, especially the criminal politicians, the criminal traditional rulers, the criminal religious leaders, all of you, it will backfire on you. Thank you.
All right, so we have Nina's information. I know some of you may be asking what's next. So ask us how. This is a phone number that you can get for inquiries. There's also the website is very, very important, highly important that you go on this website to learn more. We know that our British education or Western education deceived us, or they made us to be more close to their own cause than to our own cause. That's when we were telling you guys that things are not where people are not believing it. They are not able to comprehend what we're saying. And it's not just you. They use the same strategy everywhere. So begin to cool your brain and follow this step-by-step information that we have in order for us to move. We do not want to wait for the so-called August date because nobody pre-arranged for protest 1 month, almost 6 months, 6 weeks ahead of time. These people are criminals. Do not go there and get hurt. Here's our take-home point. We want to remind you once again that Nigeria election is by the willing twos and of the willing twos and for the willing twos. Any participation that you're doing with them is giving them more power to keep you enslaved. Whether they come in form of a saint, in form of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, even God, this God we are calling himself. If he comes and tell you that he can run Nigeria under 1999 Constitution, that God is a criminal, including me. If anyone shows up and tell you that they can run Nigeria and govern Nigeria under 1999 Constitution, that God is a criminal. Run for your life. So we must shut down 2027 push for criminal national election. We must demand for transition for union renegotiation. We must embrace Nina's proposition for self-determination completely. No distractions. Also, how with a wedding, even if they go and wake up Michael Jackson to come and do a national event, nobody should go for it. You must be part of the 5% grassroots mobilization for critical mass through enlightenment and advocacy. And we must say no to colonialism and neo-colonialism and say yes to emancipation of the Black race. This is a fight that we must all be part of. So it's not something that you sit around and you're there promoting P2B, then when we tell you that we need to push for this, say, how are you going to do it? How are you going to do it? Shut the hell up. On Tuesdays, we go that Nina's is right. And 1999 Constitution, anything that you can do on your neck of the wood to push this information forward is important. I will show these phone numbers once again. If you want to help us, how are we doing this? We are not in data and we don't produce money. We don't produce resources. These things needs time. All this YouTube that you're seeing on played every week, somebody pays for it. Somebody pays for that collation of information there for you. It's not free. So whatever you can do from your own neck of the wood, please do. Because we have money. All these celebrities or they have money to go and buy Dior's bag for $3,000 that is made for $57 so they can feel good about themselves. How can you want to carry a bag that has the name of your slave master that doesn't care for you to feel validated? That's another level of slavery. And of course, here's the Nina's point agenda. We must push for transition now. Anything else is fake. Anything else will not lead you anywhere. Anything else will keep you in Nigeria. And then a baby that was born when Tinubu took over will be 8 years of age and nothing would have changed for you. So have you learned anything today? Please, if you do, write it in the comments. And we're going to end today with spotlight on the wisdom of our ancestors. We have been wanting to do this for the longest time, but our ancestors said it's time because we see that people are getting comfortable with baby mama. Let's go and look at what baby mama has caused all over the world. Go and look at the statistics, not the Daughters of Truth said or not. Go and look at what fatherless homes are doing to people's lives. Go and see, go and check. My son came home one day. We live in a good area. His African-American brothers live in the same area. They are doing well with their single mother. And he came home one day and he told me, Mommy, they are all angry. I said, why are they angry? He said, none of them is engaged with their fathers. And that broke my heart. So that even when you put them in affluent neighborhood, even when you buy them the car of their dream, even when you put them in a top university, they need the presence of their other parent. And you cannot deny them that. Because I know they are paid agents. They are everywhere. That's why here, the same thing Flavor and his cohorts are doing back home. That's what rappers are doing here. Apple will pay them billions to sing about shooting other African-American boys. Apple will pay them billions for singing and calling their women's all manner of name and demeaning them. Apple will pay girls to think that the only thing that girls can bring on the table is their vagina. Apple will do it all because they know it's destroying the Black community. You won't see Indians in that mess. You won't see Chinese in that mess. You won't see the Cambodia in that mess. Their protege children are people like Flavor, Davito, or whatever, and all these people. They are agents. They are agents. We cannot allow them to use their lifestyle and their music to destroy our values. There's a reason why God put those values in our lives. They serve a purpose. And the purpose is for us to have good life so that we can pass it on to our children. We've said it over and over again. Anything, if not for anything today, anything the colonial monsters brought to your land, whether it's religion, entertainment, education, anything at all, even water, because they can put things to cause dysentery. Go and check it. Go and check. There's something in there for you, for them, and there's something there to destroy you. There's always something in there for their own benefit, and there's something to destroy you. Go and check. Begin with your education. Begin with your religion. Begin with your entertainment. We must get it right. My sister, please go ahead.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you so much. Talking about feedback from our children, my son one day is like, Mom, thank you so much. You made our life not complicated. We have our friends in their family. There may be 5 last names, 7 last names, and it's so confusing. So no, it takes discipline. Thank you so much, Mom. So our children are speaking. All this anxiety, ADHD, everything going on everywhere is affecting our children. And that's why we're bringing this topic today, like my sister said. to find out how our ancestors did it. We call it wisdom of our ancestors. Which one is better? Is it this thing you're doing now, or which one? Baby mama is a strange culture to Ndigbo, ancient people, Igbo nation. Our people did not know to call that. That's why the word like bastard does not exist in our culture, in our lexicon. No. It's a strange practice. In our land, when an Igbo man, Ndigbo, sorry for those that don't understand Igbo, will be asking about, because we have Igbo women. So we are bringing this from our own. You go in your own culture, there must be something that you are doing. But we know that this thing called baby mama is strange to our culture. And
Very
we can close to it. In our culture, when an Igbo man, Nwoke Ndigbo, loves an Igbo girl, Ada Ndigbo, he must respect her father. Respect her father, his fellow man, other males in her family, and her people by going with his own father, his people, and palm wine to make his intentions known as an Odegu that he is. By the way, Odegu in Igbo culture does not have to do with being billionaire or trillionaire or all those nonsense people are talking about. It's about being a responsible Igbo son. Okpala, Nwoke Ndigbo that he is. He will do things the right way. That's what makes him an Odegu. As an Odegu, he cannot be doing hide and seek game, corner love. No, not Igbo men. They don't have time for that. They don't do that. They are too proud to be caught sneaking around. You know, they're usually huge, handsome looking. So their look, the way they look and the way they carry themselves, it matters to them. So they will not want to be insulted because they have a feeling for a lady. They will do things the proper way. He wants his people to know that he's an Odegu and that he's from a responsible family. So he must do things the right way, respecting himself, his family, and others. And that is the worldview of Ndigbo. The family of Adandibo, we then tell him and his people what they need to do before he is permitted to have any intimate relationship with their daughter.
And there's a very big reason behind that.
There is. In Igbo culture, if a man does not visit or pay the bride price of a woman, he is not recognized as the father of her child. You could do that, do the right thing, and maybe after divorce, but you must do that first. If you don't marry an Igbo woman, her child is not yours. You cannot. Because she's not an apple fruit that is falling somewhere and it doesn't belong anywhere. She belongs somewhere. And you must respect her family. Not just respecting her, but respecting her family. The fatherhood in Igbo culture comes with responsibility. DNA or no DNA. My people do not care. The Asian people do not care about DNA. And today, we don't care so much about it. It's okay for you to go and do it, to be sure, to be whatever, but there is a culture that supersedes whatever result you're going to get. That Omona and Omada will resolve whatever case with that culture, based on that culture, because there's a reason why those things are put in place. So if you cannot own up and be responsible as a man, then you cannot be anybody's father. If you want, wear 7 trousers. Ndigbo believe that a responsible foster father who is ready to accept and care for a child is a better father than an irresponsible and absent biological father. We call those people akariogere. Ofeke. Mbi na-agbala ọrụ egwu. So if a man refuses to follow these steps, he is not only seen as disrespecting and dishonoring himself, but he's also disrespecting and dishonoring his father, his family, the culture and tradition of the great Igbo nation. The Igbo lady in question, the Adandibo, her father, all the males in her family and her people, is that deep. And so there will be consequences. Yes. In Igbo culture, every action has consequences. And there's always remedy if you do the right thing. So if she gets pregnant, the child cannot be his. In fact, the child could be given to another man who is more responsible and willing to marry the lady and care for her and her child. If such does not happen, by default, the child belongs to the lady's family. The father of the woman protects that child, fathers that child, provides everything that child needs. We have examples. So as Igbo lady, we are not looking like, hey, whoa, you must marry us. That's not what this is all about. It's about doing things the right way for the sake of the children, the next generation. So the man who is ready to provide the needed love, care, stability, and support to both the woman and the child is the Odebu in this case. We call it Omugo, postnatal care. Because when a woman gives birth in our culture, 3 months, she'll be taken care of so that she can breastfeed that child and will be sure of a next generation that is strong and solid. We don't play with it. Childbirth is not what we play with. Right from the time the woman is pregnant, she gives birth, the 3 months after, everything, all that, it's not a joke. We prepare for it. Because the welfare and stability, of course, the mental health of an Igbo child, Nwandibo, is paramount and of utmost importance. I want you to note that all this we have said, he stands, even if the man is not from our people. It will stand. So if you go around up and down, except the family, they don't want to enforce what they want to enforce. But this is what it is. In the culture of Ndibo, men and women are respected. Each has his own lane to travel on. Roles are made clear and well respected. Elegance is celebrated both for male and for female. Hard work is rewarded. Things have the proper way they are done. It's called Omenani. Omenani Ndibo. The one you will do, they will say, is this Ome or is it Omeneni? So Omenani Ndibo, in our land, in our ancestral land, you will respect our land. You will do things the proper way. Therefore, the culture or practice of baby mama is a show of men being insecure, being afraid of failing to commit, is a mark of irresponsibility, lack of proper upbringing. You see, fear and cowardice is strange to Igbo men, the Odebus. They don't want you, like, they don't want anything to make somebody think that they're afraid and that they're coward. No. They stand by what they believe in. Igbo men are raised to be hardworking, confident, and ready to do things their age grade members can do. Because it is a shame when a man fails on this thing. So, someone in his family, if he tries it, the shame is not only to the man, it's to the entire family. So somebody in his family might have to step in and guide him properly. Nah, in a metaphor. So, because they need to avert the shame he's about to bring to the family. Not only to himself, to the entire family. So they don't want it. So the practice of littering children all over, like he goes, is an abomination in the culture of Igbo. Sperm donor. He donates here, he donates here, he donates here. Very responsible. It shows carelessness, lack of discipline, lack of self-control, lack of shame. A serious character flaw that needs urgent attention and intervention from the man's family. Otherwise, the family of the ladies in question will have to step in because you can't disgrace their daughters and they will let you go. In those days, you might even be beaten up. Yeah, for disrespecting their sister and their daughter. And we told you that most of our culture, it's in line with even the culture that people practice in Bible. If you go to Genesis 34, 26, 27, Diana's brother, they wiped entire community because one son of theirs disrespected their sister. Ndibo protect their daughters so much that they could go to war if they feel that their daughter has been violated. An entire community may ban another community that from it, they don't want to interact with you again. Why? Because if they feel that you mistreated or maltreated their daughter, the Ada Ndibo. Hey! But behind it, Adibo. It's not a joke. Igbo men, Nwoke Ndibo or Nwoke Ndibo are very territorial. No responsible Ndibo family will allow another male to step into their territory, to treat their women anyhow. It's not done. It is a shame to them and a sign of weakness. They do not tolerate such. In present day, such men who are going up and down, doing baby mama and baby mama, maybe there's a suggestion for them. They need professional therapists. Because in our Asian culture, they have the way they do things and make you do the right thing. Here that we are now trying to do westernization and we don't even know what we are westernizing. There is professional help for you. Because they might be dealing with some past traumas. They need to be taught how to say no, or how to set boundaries and respect boundaries for the sake of the psychological health of our children and future generation. No sane society will allow a man to father 12 babies by 12 women that he's not married to. This is a disaster waiting to happen. 12 children with psychological problems, mental illness, like abandonment issues. No sane society will allow that because these children had no father figure in the home to help show them, model to them how life can be lived. You see, when a child comes, the child is crying, his anxiety, he just left the womb, thrown out in this outside. So the child is like, oh my God, what's going on? The child needs a stable home to thrive. If that is not there, psychological problems will arise. And you know what? The father is supposed to be there to help these children build confidence, how to respect women. If we don't do this could be 12 broken homes tomorrow because Ndara, we have just given birth to 12 Ndara. A cycle of brokenness because somebody wants to be irresponsible and cannot zip up, adding to our already complicated societal issues. We cannot afford this, like my sister said. Children need and deserve stable families, not toxic ones. They can't thrive in such environments. They are very fragile, mentally, psychologically. They need like a good level of stability. We cannot accept dysfunctionality as a norm. Our women even deserve better. Women and you see, like this madness, you see women, they are okay with their husbands flirting around, fathering children everywhere. So far, he does not marry them as second wife. Unofficial polygamy, dishonesty from religion. Which one is better? You don't even know your partners. You don't even know your they bring HIV, syphilis, all sorts of gonorrhea, a lot of it because everything, no control, everywhere. We want to state it here. Monogamy and polygamy are both Igbo culture, both culture of Igbo. You just have to do things right, in organized way and properly. No corner love in our culture. For the sake of our children, for the sake of our families and communities. Single parenthood, sorry ladies, single parenthood is not God's ideal for our children. Please, we beg you, as much as possible, every child needs the support of both responsible male and female. Use discretion to do everything you're doing as an adult, because actions have consequences. Think about the child that you love so much. Women, our fellow women, why do you choose to have a child or children with irresponsible men? Why?
So they can cry to God and sabotage him.
Don't you think you deserve more? Don't you think your children deserve more? They need the physical presence of a father that will give them love, attention, beyond money and material things. All these social media fathers. You know what a child needs? Once in 6 months, you pick the child and take picture. Yeah, this is my baby girl from my baby mama. Baby mama number 1, baby number 2, baby number 3. What is this madness for? If your parents took you through that type of madness, will you be a human being today? How wicked. Please, Umadibo. Umadandibo, please do not downgrade yourself. You are valued way more. Do not downgrade yourself. Do not be in a hurry to give out your heart to those who do not deserve it. Wait for real men that will be man enough to be available for you and your children. Emotional abuse is worse than physical abuse. Don't expose yourself to it. Protect yourself. Stop giving up your power and love to weapons fashioned against you and your destiny. My first daughter, my Ada, said that some women marry weapons fashioned against them.
Okay.
You just go because you are careless. You're not careful. You just go and carry weapon the enemy has fashioned against you. Say, I'm in love with him. I fell in love. He will completely destroy you and everything. But you are the one that gave that power to him. You allowed that to happen. You open your eyes, koro. Not that I'm being judgmental. I'm just saying let's be more careful. It's possible to be careful. Don't allow anybody to pressure you. Don't be on pressure. I must marry. Chere, break. Even animals, snakes, birds, they're very careful about who father their children.
Yes.
Don't talk of we as human beings. We're intelligent women. Take a stand to defend yourself and your next generation. Protect and guide your heart jealously. It is possible. Umuoke Ndibo, our degus, please, we need your support to achieve this. Like Ndibo, the ancient people, the stock you're made of. Please protect our women and children from strangers and our enemies. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Just one last information before we go. I wanted to share this data with you guys about what happened, the consequences of fatherless home. This is not a joke. So these are the from people that have tested and see, they have tested and they see that children who live absent from their biological fathers are on average at least 2 to 3 times more likely to be poor, use drugs, experience educational, health, emotional, and behavioral problems, to be victims of child abuse, and to engage in criminal behaviors. That's why before, when we were in Igbo doing what we're supposed to do, we don't have anxiety, Alzheimer, depression, all these things, because every child, even if your parents are poor, we know for sure that they care for you. So please don't join flavor, because that's them. They are agents. They are agents, the same agents like rappers. See them as rappers say in America. They use them to destroy African American communities, paying them millions.
Yes.
To the point that even during an election, instead of finding scholars, American scholars, they will invite Umwanyi America that don't know how to write their names. Some of them were prostitutes before they started singing. Now they are our speaker. They are the one that will tell us to go and vote or die. My dear, it is strategic. Gbaa n'ọsọ from ihe ndị a butere, gbaa n'ọsọ. My church how, my religion how, my fashion how. The other day, our sister yi akwa na-adapụ ya n'ahụ ka na-eme movie dị njem ahụ, that ugly girl. Akwa na-adapụ ya n'ahụ. Si ya, where are your African fashion designers? Gịnị ka iyi akwa ọcha na-adapụ gị n'ahụ eme? Let's stop brainwash. Stop one of the brainwash. Onweghị ihe ndị a ji that we want. Onweghị ihe ha nwere anyị ga-emelifu ma anyị chọọ. So m na-agwa unu ya n'Igbo, unu achọzila ihe ndị ebe a chọga, onwe ihe nọ n'ime ya, ihe niile wuruwuru. Until brothers and sisters, until next week, continue to share this information. Thank you, those that are going door to door, waking our people up. We appreciate you. The work is offline. Remain safe until next week. Bye-bye.